I'm the oldest of 9 kids in my dad and mom's family, and my uncle, and I say that because we all lived on the grounds together in the summers, he and his wife had 5 kids. And between the 14 of us, people used to say, the Pfaltzgraff kids run the grounds. We vacationed here all the time, and a lot of it was because there was no place cheap enough for 14 kids to go and have vacation. So vacationing was what brought us here first. But Mom and Dad also took us every year to the Bible conference. And I really can't tell you when I started going there, probably as a toddler. The older I got, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved the music. I loved watching the keyboard players play. I loved watching the song leader do his thing. It was just an extraordinary experience. And I saw G. Campbell Morgan's sons, Frank Crosley Morgan and Howard Moody Morgan. Those two were in my early years. Told somebody the other night at the donors dinner that I got saved in what is now the Fellowship Hall, but then it was Missionary Hall, when the floor was sloped and asphalt, and the altars were 2x6s at the front of the room. And I remember house left at the altar was where I met the Lord. Great memories, and I think I always thought this would really be cool to come back and be a part of this on the team somehow. And I know the Lord does not bless envy. Let's say I enjoyed the idea of maybe coming and being a part of the music team somehow. I attended all the way through high school and then took summer jobs every summer. But then I came back one summer and met John Innes, who was the organist for a short time. He used to be the organist for Billy Graham. And I was at a place of transition in my life, and I kind of had a little audition on the piano for him. And he said, you play very well, but he said, you need to learn to play anything in any key. And I thought, okay, how's that going to happen? Well, I went back home, and soon after that, my wife and I started dating, and we started singing with a gospel group headquartered out of Des Moines and Adel. And we were called the Kingdom Heirs. And it was made up of 2 tenors and 3 altos. You can imagine with a voice like that, nothing was ever in the right key. I think it was either the summer of 2007 or 2008, I started reaching out to Bruce Nelson, who was then the program director. And I said, I'm available in the summers if you ever had a vacancy. And I knew it was a long shot because I knew ministry positions here were just really taken care of. It was like a letter of application, and I said I like to play the piano and play the organ, and I'm a song leader or a conductor, whatever you need. And that was at a strategic point in the life of the Bible conference because Harold DeCoux, who had been the long-term organist, was going through cancer treatments, and he subsequently passed away. But that was the summer that Harold could not return. So I came over to Wayne for my interview, and then drove on over here, played the Bible conference. I mean, it was just an extraordinary summer, and the Lord completely redirected our lives from then on. This is my 12th summer here, doing a variety of things, and it's most enjoyable. It's a challenging week. I've turned 70. It's not a complication, it's just a factor. I enjoy rubbing shoulders with everybody who's got so much vigor, but I enjoy making music in a context like this, where people love gospel music, they love good preaching, they love being together, and just very kind people. Well, it was interesting yesterday as the conference opened to read the media clips about why the conference was started in 1920-something, and how staggering it was to see the numbers that G. Campbell Morgan preached to in those early years. And of course, this kind of conference has kind of become a Chautauqua kind of thing, that is serendipitous of days gone by. So it could be relegated to that. But I really think that Christians need to find as many settings as they can to be discipled. The issue isn't what denomination we come from, although we need to be true to God's Word. But the issue is we need to become stronger Christians all the time. We need to learn how to work together, how to love one another, how to cooperate. We need to use our gifts in service to the Lord. But part of that is just sitting under the strong teaching of God's Word. I guess I would say for the future, the teaching just needs to continue to be strong and Bible-centered. A Bible study where we open our Bibles and need to follow along and dig and cross-reference and these kind of things. I think it's absolutely strategic. I think it's important that families continue to come. Our nieces are here. They specifically wanted to come to Bible conference because of VBS. I see the youth program is burgeoning, and this is wonderful. The camping sites are great, to have so many people. It shows that people are concerned about discipleship. That's the bottom line, becoming stronger, faithful disciples of the Lord.